Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachach Warash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity, and of the video through the Spirit. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, and this one right here, poor white people, right? Poor Edomites are easily deceived, easily misled. And this video was I used this clip before, and I'm using it again with some other clips. And I had made mention of it in a previous video, and I realized I forgot to actually post the footage that I said I was going to post. So I'm doing it now. The elite rich banking little hat families that are actually running the world have a very stable program. They release media, right, and products to make their lower end, poor and middle class white people to direct their hatred at the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right, as us being the problem of this country, when in reality your sweet beloved America is collapsing because the rulers of this country are purposely breaking it down by fraud and war. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and immigrants are not the reason why this country is collapsing. Those demonic, pedophile, shadow-moving motherfuckers whose names you don't even know is the reason why your country is collapsing. And they've done a good job of creating media to constantly keep the minds of the poor ones distracted and aimed at us. And I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna start with this video, this first little video. Y'all, a lot of these accounts that these Edomites follow and love and watch, they're not even based in America, y'all. These are complete psyopses from other countries. Come to find out.
This the new Twitter update dropped, and shout out to Elon. He might have did his big one because the new Twitter update dropped, and shout out to Elon. He might have did his big one because now Twitter is showing account locations, and many of the black pages on Twitter that spread anti-black rhetoric and contribute to gender wars are being exposed for being based in India and East and South Asia. Accounts that got exposed are MAGA accounts, so-called American political accounts, large hip-hop pages, fake black American accounts, catfish influencers, and various bot accounts. And these pages weren't just trolling for fun. They were leading narratives, creating fake diaspora beefs, starting gender wars, pitting black women versus black men, spreading stereotypes, and launching misinformation. And the thing is, people have been calling it out for a minute now, but it's cold hard facts now. They're literally weaponizing blackness, pretending to be black Americans, grifting inside the culture, and rage baiting their way into US politics from countries they're not even from. This update might be the best thing to happen on Twitter since Elon acquired it. Someone said black oppression is a global operation. And boy, is that true. We're in an era of digital blackface. And the most interesting thing I find about this whole situation is that they have to put black people at the center of their chaos because they know that's the only way they'll get engagement. Why is that? This past week, the new Twitter update dropped.
Yep, so bingo. The elite, the ruling class bank on you poor crackers hatred. And you know, doesn't the Bible say love thy neighbor? I thought the Bible said love thy neighbor. It don't say unless they darker than you, you know. What happened to love all that neighbor shit? All right, I want to start with this. Give me 1 second. Is it this one or the one in 27? Let me double check. Yeah, okay, yep. I'll deal with this one as one of them. Proverbs 14 and 15. It says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going." And the average American is extremely stupid, right? Extremely sottish. They hear these statistics, they just believe it, right? 10 out of 10 doctors say, come get this shit put in you, and then you drop dead of a heart attack, right? Hey, you even had the president, well, former president, Lyndon B. Demonic Johnson, the famous quote that he made, right? Which applies still to this day. And this is a real quote from Lyndon B. Johnson, right? Or whether, you know, now you got all this new AI shit. Man, let me go over here, man. Here we go. This is a famous quote. I've done videos on this before. I've gone into this guy before. He was an extremely... This is one of the most demonic presidents that they've had to date, this country. It says, I tell you what's at the bottom of it. If you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. And that's what's going on. You pour in devils because of proximity, right? And it goes back all the way to the birthright. They're going to hate us regardless, but they're being purposely psychologized to hate you and target you now at an abnormal rate. So now, every time you get online or turn on the TV, they want to quote all these black statistics, immigrants, all this and that. Well, wait a minute. Epstein ain't a nigga. The Bushes ain't a nigga. The Vietnam conflict, the Afghan war, none of these things were created by the people that you say are ruining the country. All these issues that really affect us were created by the people who are running your government, who are in control of your money and in control of the goods that you have to use on a day-to-day basis to live and survive. So logically, it wouldn't make sense, y'all. Let's say if you got a deer and a beaver being chased by a lion. This is the beaver, man, you outrunning me, deer. Man, he chasing me because you out, nigga. He chasing us because he's a lion. He's chasing both of us. You just happen to be slow, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these low-end devils are doing. They mad at us. You need to be mad. You need to be mad that your people at the top ain't sharing the goods. That's what you need to be mad at. Let me get this right here. Bingo. Because I'll knock the volume. This is the problem. The real viruses, Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, Kissinger, Schwab, Fauci, Gates, Soros. These are the real people causing the real problems in the earth. And you so busy chasing us the fuck around that it gives them the invisibility that they need to continue to operate and deceive the world. How about that? You so busy chasing us around, so easily deceived with these fake ass internet statistics that you can't even see this guy's destroying your own society. Hey, it ain't hard to trick a poor to middle class Edomite. It's not too hard. Now, I just want to get this real quick, right? And don't get it twisted. We're not friends with the Edomites under any circumstance. But using this scripture, showing you as an example, literally, right? According to the Bible, right? They claim to be Bible-loving Christians. Well, how come nobody keeps the Bible? All right, Sirach 19 and 15. It says, admonish thy friend, for many times it is a slander, and believe not every tale. And lo and behold, y'all, do these so-called Americans, do these people practice the Bible? No. Well, whenever one of these little videos or one of these things come out, they immediately hop on the bandwagon. They say, oh, ISIS is coming, we're going to get all the immigrants out. You idiots believed it now. What? Now they beating the fuck out of you. Oh, 13% commits 50% of all that. It's not statistically possible. Oh, y'all are all the welfare. Y'all receive all the welfare. Then you go look it up. More white people receive welfare. Y'all do all the crime. You go look it up. They do more crime. There's more of them in the country, according to them, right? They believe anything that makes us look bad. They believe it and cling to it as an excuse for the dilapidation of this country. But it's simply not true. But their hatred for us is so great. The elite know that. They can keep pulling the wool over your heads while they're off freaking off on 13-year-old girls on a little island. Like your man's, let me pull, where my man's at? Yep. Well, we don't need the music. So while y'all was busy chasing us around, right? Busy oh man, fucking black people, white guys and fucking all the white women, right? While you busy all uptight at us, Epstein was walking around with your daughters. Because as far as I've seen from all the photos and pictures and shit, which I could be wrong about it. Give me 1 second, y'all. He was big on little Edomite girls, as far as I know, right? I mean, obviously, he probably would have did other things to other folk, but currently, I haven't seen him with pictures with little black girls, at least currently, right? And most likely, he probably had him some little Latino girls. Point of the fact of the matter being, y'all so busy chasing us around, and these elite that run the world, they're literally damaging you in your bodies, in your mind, poisoning you with the foods, making you work like dogs, sending the taxes all up through the roof, sending your sons off to wars to die. Let me play this.
Racist. He doesn't like black or brown people coming into the United States. White Afrikaners? Sure. Roll out the red carpet. But black or brown people? Nope, not allowed. I would not be here today if not for the translators that I had in Iraq.
I'm sure.
They saved our lives more than once. And that's why veterans are so pissed off about this. Because we've fought like hell to get them out of Afghanistan, and now Trump wants to just send them back home to that murderous regime where they'll be killed. And it's not just in Afghanistan, but that just shows how morally corrupt he is. Let's be honest, he's a racist.
Yep, and so your morally corrupt government is the one sending your sons off to die in false wars. And here it is, the people they going over there to fight be helping them out. He said if it wasn't for them translators, we would have died. Come on now. Now, I got this next clip right here, then I got another scripture. Once again, the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the biblical Israelites, it is biblically prophesied that we would be in captivity of the hand of our enemies, and that we would be at the bottom of society. When you're at the bottom of society, you don't have the ability to control what's going on in society. Now, are my people perfect here? No, of course not. Of course, you got niggas that's doing crime, you got niggas that's wicked, and the Lord's gonna punish them. But in terms of the status of this country, we're not the ones that are destroying it, nor are we the ones oppressing and making everyone's lives miserable. Yet we're the targets. Why? Because you idiots are just that, fools. And the elites are running an entire brainwashing campaign, and it's working. Meanwhile, they're the ones poisoning you. Let me let this play. I'm gonna turn down the volume. It says you go to the grocery store, start seeing items for what they are. Let me take it back. It says nut shrinkers, referring to the underwear. Why? It has material in them that's hazardous to your reproductive organs, both male and females, especially to the males. All right? Bags of air and chronic inflammation, right? All the potential disease you can get from eating, them horrible snacks. Obesity syrup. Tap water with what did it say? Tap water with what? It said microplastics, but it said with what? With pulp. Aerolized hormone disruptors. Wow. Underarm lymphatic congestion, which and deodorants, they have aluminum in them, right, which leads to cancer, right? Them little balls that be getting swollen up under people's necks and armpits. Yeah. So how about that? Penile gland calcifier, right? The fluoride all in your toothpaste. Once again, do we control any of that? Did an immigrant come in here and set up those aisles to force you to buy things that's breaking you and your family down on a fucking genetic and a cellular level? No. Your government does. But you running around chasing us down. Fucking all the white women. Like you. Right? All that bullshit. Chasing us down. You need to be who said that? Was that Henry Ford? If Americans really knew how evil their government was, politicians would be hanging in the streetlights by tomorrow or some shit like that. Or if they understood how the money system works. It was in a quote to that effect. Y'all so busy chasing us down, don't realize you're being manipulated by your demonic ass government. All right, there's another clip I want to get to. This Keisha was making some real good points. I'm gonna have to dig for a second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get over. Give me 1 second. I had to play fucking go-karts with these whole ass niggas. Let's go right here. Okay, where's that clip at? Let me pause it for 1 second, y'all. Okay, here we go, right here.
person not being racist in America is a miracle. Person not being racist in America is a miracle. It is an absolute miracle of biblical proportions. And I'm going to tell you why. And I don't say this to, on white people. The reason why I say that is because the investment made to make sure you are racist is huge. Stand the investment to make you very aware that you are the center and you are the best, and everybody should be striving to be you. To make sure that you see race and to be by extension racist. Now, when I say racist, I'm not talking about you running out and calling people the N-word and screaming at them, but it's that racial bias that you have that inherently puts you in a position that everybody must measure to you. So if we don't speak like you, we don't speak well. If we don't eat like you, what are y'all eating? If we don't dress like you, what do you have on? If our hair doesn't look like yours, why does it have to look like that? So you, by extension, measure everybody to yourself and whiteness.
Are all white people racist?
100%. How can you be a white South African and not be racist? And I don't mean that in the way of you necessarily consciously think that black people are inferior. I mean that there is just no way that you could have been born into this society without internalizing racist assumptions.
Person.
Bingo. You cannot be in this society without internalizing racist assumptions. And like she said, this is an investment. The elite, the people running the world have paid money, hired scientists to understand your psychology, created TV shows, right? These people understand colors that make you hungry. This has been a devised program. And you dumb, poor crackers fall right for it. So while you wouldn't voted for this, you wouldn't voted for that, you loved you some MAGA, you loved you some ICE, and now that your heads are being punted in right along with ours, now you want to cry out, and you fucking fell for it. Let me get this out of Proverbs, another one. It was also on 14. I should have known. Scrolling down, Proverbs 14 and 20. It says, "The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich man hath many friends." Bingo. So here it is. And Sirach, the 13th chapter, one of my favorites, right? I could go there. You already know what it is. The poor man had done wrong, right? And I'm gonna have to go there after this, but I'll deal with this right here. We're the ones down at the bottom and we get treated like shit, but none of you idiots actually are angry with the rich, evil rulers of the world who are kidnapping your children by the hundreds of thousands every year, who make you eat foods that are breaking you down every year, right? Who are taxing you. The reason why you can't afford your house, the reason why you can't afford insurance. You've been run through this whole system and you've fallen right for it without fail. And you point the finger at us. Fuck you motherfuckers, how about that? That's why you bitches are busy suffering. And unlike us, you bitches aren't built for endurance. You can't take the pain like we can. We've been dealing with centuries of denial and mistreatment, and we still kicking strong. Y'all, you weak-skinned bastards are just now getting you, and you already tapping out and crying out. You shouldn't have been so busy beating on us. Maybe you could have got somewhere. Let me get this out of Sirach, the 13th chapter, and that'll be really be about it. Sirach 13 and 3, it says, "The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor man is wronged, and he must entreat also." And that's our position in this world. These devils that are over us are doing evil, yet they're loved, right? We're down at the bottom, we get mistreated, and we're still hated. Here it is, they kick us, they break their foot kicking us, and then they kick us with the other foot out of hatred. So, hey, it's all good, y'all. The hatred, it's mutual. But understand that the more you chase us around, you're just about to fall into a big hole and you don't even see it coming. You low-end, racist devils, whether you be literally poor financially, some they be, you can have a job, they can have a business, but they still have that hatred for their so-called brother, your black and brown brother. Well, while you're busy hating on us, you've fallen deep into the trap, dickhead. Hey, so I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.